Hello everybody, this is Leslie of Silver Moon Creations. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today, and as you can see, what I have in front of me is the fairy journal. So what I had to do was I had to kind of play around with it. As I said, I had to do a lot of figuring out how I was going to get these signatures inside this round structure. So what I ended up doing was I ended up kind of cutting off. I used my ruler and I ended up, I kind of can't take this off because I kind of glued it, but I took a smidgen off of, I can kind of show you a little bit better probably here. I'll do it on one of these. Use my glasses, and I hope everybody is well. And basically this is what I did. I just took a smidgen off of the edge, okay? So it kind of looks like a fishbowl, basically, okay? And then that's kind of how I did it. Now, what I did do to fit them in, now this is a really rough prototype, okay? I kind of have an idea now for the ones I'm going to do going forward. I had to do an accordion style hinge. Now, when I did the accordion style hinge, what I ended up doing, which I don't particularly like, was I had glued on top of the top part of the hinge pieces multiple pieces of paper, which, as you can see, kind of limits your spacing for where you can journal. Now that may not bother some people, but it bothers me, because see how that looks? I mean, it might not be so bad if I was to like glue this all together, but I don't like how that would look. So I think what I would have to do was I would have to make the accordion pieces a lot tighter and a lot smaller. So let me show you, let me get a piece of paper. Now what I used was, since I have so much of it, I have all of this packaging that I get from either Amazon or, you know, when you get boxes and stuff. So that's basically what I use. So I took a piece off of here, and what I did was I straightened it out. To the best of my ability. Actually, I think I had cut it. I wanted it to be as straight as possible. Let's just use my thing here. Put my glasses down. I really do need to get a better... I bought these cheap craft knives and they are just that. They're cheap. I really need to get a better craft. I have to get better craft knives. I should just use mine from Dollar Tree. Okay. So I just made it big just so that you can see. But what I did was I measured it out based on the size that I needed. Now, I had to make it a little bit bigger due to the fact that I ended up having to cut it along the edges. So what I did was I kind of measured it based on here, okay? So then I took like a pencil, and I think I figured it out like here. And then I took this, we'll just say here. I'm just giving you just a rough estimate here, guys. Okay. And then basically what I did, I just did this. And I just made an accordion fold, okay? I made a nice tight accordion fold. Now, what I'm thinking is, I think I'm going to have to make a small accordion fold. So, I think I would have to make a nice, tight accordion fold. Like half the size of what I did. So, I'm talking like really small. And this is not easy. I just put my nails back on. So just bear with me here. So we're talking like tiny. Only because what you want to do is you want to fit in the paper in here. Okay, let me see, let me try and do a couple here for you guys. So we're coming on Memorial Day. Does anybody have any plans? And I want to say this early because I know I had already shot my memorial, well, I totally forgot it was going to be on Memorial Day. So I didn't say a big thank you to all of our servicemen and women. So a big shout out to all of our active and non-active members of military. Straight. It's not real straight, but it's gonna have to do. Sorry guys, I get emotional. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to fit in all of your papers, okay, into these slots. So I don't know if you can fit, I mean, I guess we can try this. What the heck? It's only paper, right? My allergies are killing me. I am so tired of blowing my nose. Anybody else's allergies like off the charts this spring? I'm constantly blowing my nose. It's like constantly having a runny nose. So I don't know if we can do where we can have, see what I was doing is I was putting them all together on top of one another like this. I don't know if we could put multiples in here like this, if that would work. I mean, I guess we could try it. I have the thicker ones in here. All right, let's try something here. Let me cut off the edges. Now, like I said, I'm not measuring anything. I'm just guesstimating here. So what I'm going to do, let's put some glue. I'm going to use this because you know what? Let me get this. I have to empty out this bottle and put my art glitter glue in it because that glue is just horrible. And in a minute, I'm gonna have to go get up and go feed my cat because, of course, she wants some food. I don't know if we're gonna have the same issue though, where they're gonna be stuck together and they're not gonna separate. Which is, I think, that's going to be the same issue. So let's try like that. See, I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, see, I think that's exactly like what I did before. And then you're gonna have that. Whereas if you put one in between, I don't think you're going to have that problem. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause you here. I'm going to try and fill up this, and we're going to see what happens. I'm going to do every other one. I'm going to do 2. So in the next one, I'm going to do 2 in 1, and then I'm going to do 1, and then 2, and then 1. I should have enough papers, and we'll see what happens, and we're going to see what it looks like. So I will be right back. Okay, so this isn't too bad. Okay, so I have 2 in this one. I wouldn't go any more than 2 in 1. So we have 2 here, and I have a heavier piece of cardstock here. So we have 2 here, then a thinner piece, and then I have 1 here. And then we have 2 here. Then I have 1 here. I have 2 here. Again, I have a heavier piece of cardstock there. I have 1 here. See, it's not completely dry yet, so it really kind of needs to dry better. I have 2 here. Then I have 1 here. And then 2 here. So that might work. And if you do multiples of those into and layer them together, I think that might work. Now the other issue that I had was I had to cut holes in the actual pieces. So what I ended up doing was, now, because I had to, as you can see, I glued these because where I had cut them, some of them was at the edge, so I was going to lose the string. So I ended up gluing it. So when you go to do this, you really have to make sure, I would say make sure that this is long enough and that you're not going to lose when you go to cut this. You're going to have enough space that when you go to put the hole, you're not going to cut through. Okay? Because don't forget now, you don't because of the cut edge and because of the angular circle area, you're going to have less space for when you go to make your hole. Okay? Because first of all, you want to make sure that, because see now when you have this, you're going to have to cut this part away. Okay? And that was the other thing. I was like, well, you have to make sure that you're cutting away, that you're making sure that it's not going to be seen. So you're taking away, again, from the space from where you're poking your holes. You know, and then that was another thing that I was trying to like make that I wasn't going to have an issue with. Okay, so here you see how that's better. You don't see it now, but see how where your holes are. My suggestion is, see how I have my holes up too far? My suggestion is bring your holes down further. I would say bring your holes down to about here. Yes, you're going to lose a little bit more space on the journal, but I think it's going to be a lot better due to the fact that it's too close to the edge, and because of the way that we have to actually put the signatures in this way, you're going to have more room to have the space for you to tie in your signatures, which then you're going to have the ability to put more signatures in more, let's say comfortably, I guess you could say. So say you would then be able to put more of these together, okay? And you would be able to tie more of these together. So you would be able to stack more together. I hope that makes sense. Okay? Only because you don't want to go through what I went through. They were too close to the edge and I had to glue it, because when I went to go put this through, I ended up cutting too close to the edge because I have to cut around here because you don't want it to be seen. So I hope that helps. Like I said, this is a prototype. I have 2 other of these that are much thicker, that they're like much bigger, because they're like, I think 3 tiers that I'm going to probably make larger journals for. But we're going to work on another one. Now that I kind of have an idea for what I want to do, what I will do is I will make a completely new one, since I have an idea now of how I need to go about this. But I wanted to kind of show you how I've been working on this. So, you know, I haven't forgotten about this. It's just I've really had to try and figure this out to see how it was going to work. But this is the way I think I'm going to do it. We're going to do multiple signatures. We're going to do them this way. Like I said, I think we're going to stagger them. And we're going to put them together that way. And we will do that on another video. But like I said, I wanted to kind of come on here and show you kind of what I've been working on, and let you know that I haven't forgotten about it. I have been working on it. So thank you for joining me today. And I am going to work on another video next. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you on my next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.